Good morning and welcome to Start Your Day with Purpose. Guys, today is day 28. Day 28. We're 2 days away from finishing this 30-day program. Imagine 30 days of giving yourself some me time, 30 days of amazing aha moments, 30 days of learning about yourself, about new concepts, about new things. 30 days of self-discovery. 30 days of self-discovery. 30 days of us building community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am looking forward to the next 30 days. Have you signed up yet? Do it. The link is in the video notes. And please take a second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This will help me reach more people and make sure that this amazing program is getting to more and more amazing people. Today, I'm going to jump right in and I'm going to ask you a question. How good are you at making decisions? Most likely, your answer is either good or bad. Now, let me ask you, are you good or bad at making all decisions? Or is it the small stuff or the big stuff? Do you spend hours upon hours browsing the internet for options on Amazon? I know I do. Some people, not to say most, struggle to make decisions. Why? Because they don't trust themselves enough. They don't believe in their ability to think for themselves and create the results they want. We tend to believe that others, our boss, our partner, our parents, our coaches, the neighbor, the guy that we run into the street, are better equipped to make decisions or to make the decisions that we struggle to make. When this is the case, we will consult people to ensure that we're making the right decision. When we do this, we give the power away. We hand over the responsibility to someone else. And I'm not saying that this is in every area of yourself, of your life, I'm sorry. There's moments where you want to consult someone, where you want their advice. But generally, we don't trust ourselves to make decisions. And I say we because I'm assuming that this is true for you, as it is for most of my clients and most of the people that I work with. And we need to learn to trust ourselves. We need to learn to trust ourselves enough to make the choices for ourselves. The reality is that no one can make the right choices for us. We are the only ones who can, because we're the only ones living our lives. And we will say it like it's the news. Oh my God, I'm so indecisive. I can't make my mind up. The reality is that you're not indecisive. You're capable of making a lot of decisions in some areas of your life, but in other areas, you struggle. You give up the power. In other areas, you have a habit of being indecisive. Think about a time when you made a decision and you were really proud of it. You felt in control. You saw the potential outcomes that could come from that decision. Feel how that makes you feel. And even if you made a mistake, even if you failed after making the decision, that is okay. We learn from failure. But now let me ask you, what are the decisions that you struggle with? Is it the small stuff or is it the big stuff? Is it at work or is it at home? These are all distinctions. Let's start with the small stuff. How many hours do you spend browsing the internet for almost identical products? You're just not sure on the color or the print. One has more of the reviews than the other. How many hours do you think? And for what products? And this is the best part. A lot of the time, you will add them to your cart and don't buy them. Am I talking to you? Am I talking to you? So, one example of the small stuff in my personal life was going to restaurants. Well, the picking of the restaurant was the first challenge. And then choosing what to eat once I got there was the second one. I had a terrible habit of being unable to make decisions. And when I made it, like when I decided, all right, we're going to this restaurant, I would change my mind as I was on my way to the restaurant. I would say to Camilo something like, oh, and what if we could just go here? Would it be better if we go here? I saw choosing the restaurant as a major decision. It was my responsibility to ensure that wherever we went, it was a good place. And now let me show you exactly the same example, but at work. I don't know if you know this, but for almost 10 years, I organized corporate events. I picked restaurants for a living, people. I created menus for a living. And I was great at it. I was like super good. But in my personal life, I couldn't. Why was I perfectly okay choosing a restaurant for work, but I doubted myself at home? Want to know? Because if someone else made the decision and we went to a bad restaurant, I could blame it on them. I was not responsible, right? So if I went with my husband to a restaurant and it was a crappy restaurant, I was like, all right, I pick next time. I wouldn't, but I could make the case. And at work, I wanted to be responsible. It gave me power. And here is where a lot of our family, our cultural, and our societal norms dictate what is true for us and for others at home and at work. This is where we just give up. This is where the insecurities come in. Do you have any areas of your life that are like this, where you're 100% making the decision at work, but not at home, or vice versa? Why do you think that is? I already gave you the answer because you don't trust yourself enough to make the right decisions. Now, on to the big stuff. Are the big decisions easier for you? Think about it for a second. Buying a home, moving, getting married, changing jobs. These are the big life decisions. And when it comes time to making them, they seem to flow more easily. You kind of know it in your gut. You feel it. And then you will just say, like, oh my God, I just knew it. I'm going to give you an example that may not apply to all people, but it's an example of like a huge decision. So in my case, we decided to move to Florida after 2 bottles of wine in one night. Yep, after 18 years of living in New York, we made the decision to move to Florida in one night. And a month later, I was getting my driver's license in Fort Lauderdale. After 18 years of living in New York, one night we were just like, let's move to Florida. And we did it in a month. I'm going to give you another example. I decided to buy our home without my husband even seeing it. We were already looking. We knew the neighborhood very well. He knew the house style, but he didn't know the house. And we made an offer without him seeing it. It was easy to make that decision. It felt right. It flew. It flowed. It flowed. Let's say it flowed, not flew. This will give you some perspective between the big stuff and the small stuff. Over the past 3 years, I have spent more time browsing for iWatches than I did deciding on buying my house. And are you ready for this? I don't have an iWatch yet. Crazy, right? Why is this? Because we have been thinking about the big stuff for a while. The big stuff is part of our self image. So when the opportunity comes, we jump on it and we move on. But with the small stuff hurts us. The small stuff we don't think about. The small stuff will torture ourselves. And for some reason, we think that it's going to be life changing. And most likely, it is not going to be life changing. I mean, where I go to lunch on a Saturday with my family, it's not going to be life changing. At least not most of the time. So, why do I feel that pressure? Why do I give myself anxiety over where to go to lunch? And here's the kicker for you. Most of our day, every day, is about the small stuff. We are unable to take initiative in our own life. We end up becoming victims of our indecisiveness. Our indecisiveness will limit ourselves. We will get angry. We will get frustrated. We will close a lot of doors. And more importantly, we will close ourselves from great opportunities and possibilities because of our indecisiveness. So today I want us to become better decision makers. And here's the starting point. This is what I want you to believe today. You don't need more time to make decisions. No, you don't. You already know everything you need to know to make the decision. Yes, you do. And you already know what you want. So here's the starting point. You don't need more time. You already have everything to make the decision, and you already know what you want. I would love to know what's coming up for you right now. So, as we start our reflection with this frame, I'm going to ask you to think about that time when you said yes to something and it turned out to be amazing. I want you to think about how you felt when making that choice. What allowed you to get there and make that decision? I want you to recall the feelings and the thoughts of that version of you, of that moment of you. See, you are capable of making decisions, big and small. So, what do you need to decide to be happy and live your day to the fullest with purpose? Decide it. What do you need today? What do you need to decide today to be happy and live your day with purpose? Think it, feel it, write it down. And when you're ready, hopefully in about 2 minutes, leave it and be it. Be that version of yourself today. Be the person that makes decisions today. Remember, you don't need more time. You already have everything you need to make decisions, and you already know what you want. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this was helpful. I will see you tomorrow on day 29. Until then, I hope you live your day with purpose. Big kiss.